Okay, and we're going to go over that in a minute and what that means. We're going to just give you some highlights, talk to you a little bit about our academics, our activities in our athletics, and then answer some commonly asked questions. Talk to you a little bit about college and career readiness. And then we'll have a short question and answer session, and then rolling dismissal. If you have to go somewhere, we understand. You can leave when we start the question and answer session. We are going to record this tonight too. So if you can't stay for the whole session, we're going to record it. And then we're going to talk to you a little bit about some upcoming events in March, and then in the summer, for you and your students. So Haverford High School, this class will be the graduating class of 2025. And every year during this presentation, I talk about the graduating class, and people do two things. They say, wow, Mr. Donahue, you're a little crazy for bringing up graduation. But in 4 short years, your sons and daughters will be deciding what they want to do next in their life, either picking a college or trade, military, going right to work or a union. They're going to be deciding what they want to do. So we only have 4 short years to get them ready. So I just wanted to show you what the overarching goal is for them. And then the second thing people always say is, Mr. Donahue, we always remember you bringing up graduation, how crazy we thought you were, but how quick the 4 years went. So every year around this time, people start saying, I remember when I was sitting at that 8th grade presentation and you brought that up and we thought you were crazy, but now we know you're not crazy. So just so you know, we're not crazy. The administrators with me aren't crazy. And we just wanted to give you a little preview of graduation. We also wanted to show you what we did last year for graduation. So during the COVID times, we were very fortunate to be able to do something. And we manned the buses with our teachers, administrators. Mr. Haran was there, some other principals, secretaries, coaches. We got on the buses, and very fortunate with the support of the fire department and the police department to go around Havertown and be able to personally hand out diplomas. So the significance of that is we took a situation that was not going well and we turned it into something very productive. So that's kind of our philosophy and our goals at the high school is we're going to try to make the best of any situation. We're going to try to do what's best for your student and hopefully make them successful and get them ready for whatever their next steps are in life. So we start planning that now for 4 years down the road. That's why I showed you that slide. So with me tonight, obviously, Mr. Haran's here, and thank you, Mr. Haran, for we do a lot with Mr. Haran and the middle school staff, collaborating with them, setting up. The unfortunate part of COVID is we usually do tours and other things with the middle school, so we're still trying to figure all that out. How we're going to do some of the transition planning with the middle school, but at the very minimum, we talk to the teachers and Mr. Haran about your students and try to get them ready for, our coursework. We collaborate a lot with the teachers in the departments to make sure they're ready. And then if there's any concerns the teachers have or the parents have about the COVID times, to make sure that we can fill any gap in or any concern in when they get to the high school. So with me tonight is Mr. Baradoni, our assistant principal, Miss Edmonston, our assistant principal. So they work with the 9th and 10th grade. Miss Rob Tessin is our athletic director and assistant principal. And then I'm the principal for all of the, all the grades. We also have Mr. Messino, who's our technology administrator. Dr. Quinn does 11th and 12th grade. He's the principal for 11th and 12th grade. So we have a lot of support at the high school. And there, you see us there, we're on a Zoom call. We were all smiling because we figured out how to do our Google Hangout background. So we thought it was something special, and it was something we learned during the COVID time. So you can see all a picture of us there. And then Miss Gondak works with the special ed. She does special ed 6 through 12 overall programs and any cases that need a little extra care. So that's our administrative team. So I just want to give you some highlights. I always think it's important that you know what your kids are coming to, whether they're the first kid in the family or the last. We feel that Haverford's a pretty special place, and I think it's just good that you know where we rank. And the rankings aren't the be all and end all for us. It's nice to get recognition, but we're not a place that's overly concerned about the students doing well just so we get rankings. We get rankings because the students do well. So you can see U.S. News and World Report, Philly Magazine, we're ranked. AP, we do very well in AP exams. We were a National Banner Unified Champion Special Olympics School, which is a very special recognition to us. Our special ed kids and our regular ed kids and our life skills kids work very well together, and we got recognized for that. Only one of 3 high schools in Pennsylvania to get recognized last year. We have excellent music programs, excellent art programs, athletic programs are very well. We're ranked top 20% nationally in one publication for our STEM programming. And then in Philly Mag, we were one of the top 25 suburban high schools in the Philadelphia and New Jersey suburbs last summer. And then some of the other just highlights and talking points, which I think it's good to know, is 94% of our students go to 2 or 4 year colleges, military or unions. So that we definitely have college prep classes and we push college, but we know that that's not the path for everyone. So we've been very fortunate to have students go to high level military, high level unions. We get 3 or 4 students in Williamson every year. Many kids start at Delaware County and then go to 4-year colleges. So I think that's an important stat to know. And the biggest stat is 100% of the students have a plan before they leave. Our AP scores, we score 23 percentage points higher than the state average. We're number 1 in Delaware County in our algebra scores. We were top 10 in the state 2 years ago. We're always top 10 to top 15 in the state with our Keystone algebra scores. I'll show you our Keystone data in a minute. Our SAT average score is over 600 in both reading and math. It takes a lot of work to get over 600 points. So we do encourage the students to practice. We do encourage the students to take the PSAT in 9th grade. And all high performing schools do encourage the students to take the PSAT in 9th grade. We're not expecting a high score from them in 9th grade, but we're expecting that they take it and learn and practice because the SAT and the ACT are such high stake tests. We have over 50 clubs and service groups. And again, our arts, music, drama, athletics are wonderful. And then one of the awards I'm very proud of is we have a governor's voting award where we had the last 3 years we've done voter registration drives where over 90% of our students have registered to vote. So that was facilitated by the Young Republicans and Future Democrats. So Haverford High School is one of the only schools, maybe one of the only places in the nation where both the Republicans and the Democrats work together for a common cause and actually pull it off. Okay. And you know what's going on in the world, but they do a wonderful job, and they do politically are very far apart, the Young Republicans and Future Democrats. But when it comes together for a cause, it's amazing. So 3 years in a row, over 90% of the seniors who are eligible to register to vote have registered. And then again, if you guys have any questions, just put them in the chat. We'll get to questions at the end, but if we miss something during the presentation, we'll go back to it. And then our Keystone scores. I know some people out there are data driven. We're data driven. Everything we do is based on what's best for the students in a data mind. So You can see our algebra, biology, and literature scores. We have close to or over 90% of the students pass the exam on the first try. And then you can see how the gray dot is the state average and how we're above the state average. And the results are from 2019 because last year in COVID, we did not take the Keystones. And this is what we're more proud of than the actual scores is our growth in the subjects. So not only are we scoring well, but we're growing, based on the data we get from the state of Pennsylvania, based on the students 3 through 8 testing. We are growing. So that's more important to us than what the actual final score is. As long as the students are growing from 9th grade to 12th grade, that's the ultimate goal. So just wanted to show you the scores to show that our academic programs are solid. And then national merit, we're very fortunate where we had 21 2 years ago and 19 recognized students. We found out today we have 7 finalists, national merit. Last year we had 6 finalists. So every year those numbers hover around 20, which is a good number for a school our size. And then I wanted to just show you, this is our team, okay? And again, the picture's from 2 years ago. We haven't taken our picture yet for this year. So we have, and I'll go over the exact amount. We have over 130 teachers in the school. So it seems like it sounds like a lot of teachers. And when you look at the picture, it seems like there's a lot of people in the school and there's a lot of students, but really we have 500 students in each grade. It's the same number as what they have in the middle school. It's a lot of students, but it's a little neighborhood school, and that's how we like to keep it. So it's our neighborhood school, and we're fortunate where we have a lot of students, so we can have a lot of offerings. So the more students you have, the more teachers you have, and then we can have a lot of offerings, and you'll see that when Mr. Berdoni presents tonight. So 134 teachers. We have a building principal, we have 4 assistants, we have a technology coordinator, we have a SAP team, we have a school social worker, we have a mental health counselor, we have student services counselors, we have an athletic director. So we have 3 nurses in our nursing office. So we have a whole lot of support. So when it comes to the size, that sometimes is a concern of the freshman parents. The size really breaks down quickly, and there's a lot of support. Whether your student needs support once in the 4 years or they need support every week, there's plenty of support here for them. And if you look at a 4-year period of your life, there's probably at some point you need some help. You need assistance from others outside of your family, and we're very fortunate that we the district has continued to give us additional people to help support the students. We have 2 security guards, plain clothed, make sure the students get to where they should. We have very minor problems here, nothing like you read in the news. We have aides in the hallway to help the students and in lunchroom. Things flow pretty well here. Our special ed services are wonderful. We have 19 case managers in the school that help our students. We have about 300 and some students that have some type of a need that we fulfill. So there's a lot of support, and the case managers are assigned for 4 years to help with the continuity. Sometimes that changes, but most of the time we try to stick with the same case manager. We also have an 18 to 21-year-old program that we started 3 years ago that helps life skills students to be college and career ready and to find employment in the township. We are very fortunate where the township's so supportive of all of our students, especially our students who need a little bit extra assistance. And they've reached out to us and offer jobs to our students. So it's wonderful to have that support. And then our gifted program, we have a gifted case manager. Our gifted students, most of their programming gets done with our rigorous course load. And if any gifted parents out there, if you have specific questions about that, we can, you just reach out to us and we can answer them and tell you how it works at the high school. And then we have a whole lot of academic variety, 30 advanced placement courses. And that sounds like a big word for people who are hearing it the first time, but over 40% of our students pass an AP exam. Over 50% of the students before they graduate take an AP course. So that's always the goal, is to get as high as you can. We have AP courses such as psychology, computer science, art, music, not just master's study science and English. So we have a lot of great AP courses that students have an opportunity to take. We have tons of electives. Mr. B is going to go over that. We have a wonderful tech ed program through the DCIU, where our students go in the morning, learn skills, get certifications. We also have a med career program for students thinking of going into the medical field after high school. So that's a very competitive program and tough to get into. But every year we have 20 students to 29 students get into that program from Haverford. We're the largest district to send the students to the medical careers program through the DCIU. The students come in at 6:30 in the morning and go to hospitals. This year it's been a little different, but it's a wonderful program for those who are thinking to become nurses, doctors, or in the health field somewhere. And then we have dual enrollment with Delaware County Community College. Last year, we had 29 students take college classes at Delaware County and get college credit while they were in high school. And they were all very successful, and they were on all levels of our programming. They weren't just the highest end students, and they did very well. And we have blended learning, of course. We have a blended learning program here that some of you might even be involved in now. All right, I'm going to turn it over now to Mr. Baradoni. He's going to talk to you a little bit about scheduling and what our courses look like, and he's going to tell you about what the next steps are in March for the scheduling for the 9th grade.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm John Baradoni, one of the 9th and 10th grade assistant principals. So we have a wide variety, as Mr. Donaghy alluded to, for course offerings. As you can see here, these are all of our different elective areas, from business to family consumer sciences, fine arts, music, technology education, world language, in addition to many course offerings in the English, math, science, and social studies fields as well. And they go well in depth, above and beyond what you imagine, kind of when I was back in school. So you can think we have cooking classes, wood shop, child development. We have something really for every student looking to really find their niche and how they're going to go and where they're going to go after they are through our high school.
The only tough class to get, and we always get this question, is what class can the 9th graders not get into? Our most popular class is our cooking class.
Best of baking. Yep. Always a very popular choice. Best of baking.
I blame HGTV and all Discovery Channel with all their cooking shows. They've placed this out of available seats, but by the time they're a senior, they definitely have the opportunity to get a cooking or baking class, and they're wonderful classes and a wonderful life skill to have.
Without question. So these are the core requirements. Every student at Haverford needs to have 4 credits in each of these core areas: English, math, science, and social studies. So in English, we have an English class each year named English 9, 10, 11, and 12. In 9th and 10th grade, you have the honors and college prep levels. And then we also add the AP level in 11th and 12th grade for English. In math, we need 4 credits. 3 of the courses are required: Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2. And then there are many other elective options in math to get that 4th credit if you don't already have it. And they range from AP Calculus to AP Computer Science to mobile apps to statistics, AP Statistics, and other courses in those areas. Science, again, 4 credits are needed, 3 required courses: Engineering to Learn for 9th graders. And then we have biology and chemistry available from honors, AP, and college prep levels. And then the 4th credit, we have tons of elective options, from marine ecology to environmental science, to physics, AP physics, and many other options in that world. The STEM fields are growing, and throughout our audit over the past couple of years, we've added many different courses to increase the rigor and increase the opportunities for students to succeed. For instance, a new science course in the past couple of years is code construct and astronomy and earth science, and courses that are very well attended. Social studies are 4 credits in social studies. US History Part 2 will pick up for 9th graders where the 8th grade course left off. In 10th grade, we have world history, and then in 11th grade, for your incoming class, they're going to take civics and government. And again, those are available in the AP level on down through college prep. And then the 4th credit would be elective options. Over the past year, we've added some great new electives in social studies, from African American studies to women's studies. We also have AP psychology, one of our most popular courses. We have microeconomics, macroeconomics offered on an every other year basis as well. Many different courses to choose from. And we'll direct you to the course catalog once we're done, where to find that and how to start kind of developing a 4-year plan that we'll get into later.
And we'll post this PowerPoint too, in case, you don't have to write anything down. We'll post the PowerPoint so you can look at it again if you need to.
Absolutely. World languages is something that we recommend, we do not require. Most colleges require 2 years of a world language while they're with us in high school. The 8th grade course does not count. So if they're taking Spanish, Latin, Italian, or French 1 in 8th grade, that would not be one of the courses. So they would then take that 2nd year and 3rd year with us at the high school. A lot of colleges also think a 3rd year is required. It really depends on the field and the area of interest that your student is looking into. We also offer up through advanced placement in all 4 of our languages as well, in addition to independent studies. And we offer them in many different areas, especially if music students, and we'll get into music now, that students who take music sometimes have a kind of a locked schedule 4th block. So we offer independent studies in certain areas to make sure that students have the same opportunities to take courses that they might not be able to fit into their schedule because of the music. We have I'm going to say a world-renowned music department. They are phenomenal. They win, best communities in music education every year, a tremendous faculty that works with our students. They compete at a very high level. They travel, they showcase. It is tremendous. If your child is not in music, we also have many different elective options for digital music to musicianship, things like that for students who might not be into the band, orchestra, or chorus. But they are phenomenal. They are always available to reach out to the staff. Something that I would highly recommend your student look into is taking a music course at some point with us in high school. So what is block scheduling? Many of you are coming obviously from the middle school where you have a normal 7 block day, a normal kind of 7 scheduled day. We have 4 blocks a day, and our classes generally run a semester long, is a whole year. So we've been doing it at the high school since the 1990s. You can max out at 8 credits per year. It really gives students a chance to explore so many different avenues. For instance, in a regular high school, you would take 4 math classes. You would take your algebra, geometry, algebra 2, and then you would take, trig, pre-calc, calculus, something along those lines. At Haverford, if that's your area of expertise and that's what you want to explore, you can take up to 7 or 8 math courses at your time with us. So it really gives you a chance to explore areas that the students are highly interested in and able to use moving forward into college. We require 26.5 credits to graduate, and you can get up to 32 possible credits, and you'll kind of see what that means when we get into the next couple slides. But we always are looking at making sure our students are college and career ready, and that is our #1 goal for every one of our students. So this is what a typical schedule looks like for our students. So you see we're broken up into 2 semesters and then 4 quarters. A semester-long course, in this particular case, you have an Algebra 1 year-long class. That's our college prep level. That course is worth 2 credits. So that goes the entire year. Your English 9, United States History, French 1, Engineering to Learn, those are semester-long courses. Those would be at a college prep level for this particular student. And we try to split up your English and history together, the algebra and science together so that we don't overload a student in one semester. Every student in ninth grade has to take Phys Ed 9, so you see that there in a quarter class. And then the other quarter, they would take digital photography. Semester-long courses are worth 1 credit and quarter classes are worth a half a credit. So here you notice this student also picked woodworking and personal finance to round out their particular quarter classes in their schedule. And they fit French 1, so this student might not have taken a language in 8th grade or wants to switch their foreign language, so they would start over again in the first year of that new language. So we're going to get into much more in detailed scheduling in the coming weeks, and I'm going to describe that. So we're not going to spend a ton of time, but we will get back together with scheduling in the next couple weeks. So doubling up is a term you're going to hear from us and the counselors moving forward. If a student wants to really excel in science or a language or math, they can double up. So you'll notice this particular student, the H represents honors levels. This student is doubling up in Spanish. So their freshman year, they'll take Spanish 2 and 3 because we do recommend foreign language go together so that it flows from one semester into the next. This student also is doubling up in science. You'll notice that they're taking Engineering to Learn, which is our 9th grade required course, but they're also going into biology so that this student has a track where they might want to take 3 AP physics courses as they get up to senior year, or AP environmental science, or things of that nature, so they can get to that much quicker and have more opportunities to excel in that particular area. So Algebra 1 Honors, you notice that class is a semester long. That's why that's only in half the year, so that would be a 1 credit course. And again, you see Phys Ed, the requirement, and Entrepreneurship, another one of our opportunities for a quarter class here. So another option, this student here took Algebra 1 in 8th grade. So they come into us already set to take geometry at the honors level. So this student obviously is on a track, in this case, to go to a higher level math track. So they're going to take 2 math courses, geometry and algebra 2, freshman year. That sets them up to take pre-calculus their sophomore year. Then they could take AP calculus their junior year, and then maybe AP stat senior year. So they have options to really open up those avenues. This student also is a band student, so all year long on A days, the student would go to band, and then alternating days on B days, they would take Phys Ed 9 one semester, and then a ceramics or another alternate elective in the second semester. So those are just kind of the basics of how they look. We're going to meet with the students the week of March 8th. Our counselors and us are putting together videos that we're going to share with the math classes the week of March 8th. We will also make sure that they're available. We attach the counseling link here for our counselors website. All of those videos that we share with the students will be emailed and shared on our counseling sites. The following week, once the students have that video and start going through setting up their courses, we will host 2 Zoom Q&A sessions the week of March 15th with us and some counselors, so you can ask any specific questions, any scheduling questions, and we will be able to better explain kind of specifics and how those schedules will look a little bit more in detail. We're also very willing to meet with you and set up Zoom meetings with myself, with Ms. Edmiston, with the counselors to really kind of start working out some plans for your student for their 4 years with us. We're going to have a sheet that each 8th grader is going to get that week that we will email to both of you that lists all the electives that 8th graders can take, how they would set up the schedule so you have a blank document like the ones we just showed with the pieces filled in, so you can start coming up with what freshman year would look like and then start thinking about 10th, 11th, and 12th grade as well. So the counseling website is attached here. Please feel free to visit that. There are videos, tons of resources on our counselor's website at the high school. The counselors once you get a counselor, they're with you all 4 years. So the counselor that the students get in homeroom their freshman year, they will have that counselor all 4 years. That really sets up a great relationship between them and the counselor. They were able to make individual meetings, individual 4-year plans. They're able to start looking at their post-secondary planning using a system called Naviance that each student will be using, and they'll be doing activities with every year when they're with us. And the counselors really get to know your student and able to develop a personalized plan for them moving forward. Obviously, the teachers and the administrators are also resources for scheduling as we move forward.
Mr. B, one of the
Sure.
frequently asked questions always is, does my kid have to pick their schedule the week of March the 8th, and are they stuck with that schedule? What if they pick the wrong thing, or they want to change, like in July, they don't want the baking class anymore? What do they do?
Sure. So anything that we select the week of March 8th is preliminary. We're always flexible with the interest. We do try to make it somewhat specific because obviously classes can get full and electives can fill up fairly quickly, especially with the upperclassmen. However, we're always available over the summer to meet. If there's something that came up that you realize, I don't want this course, I'm looking at something else, you're please email us over the summer. We will meet with you. We'll Zoom, we'll call, we'll have you come in if we're allowed, and we'll look at other options and how we can pick different electives for that student.
Thank you.
So a typical day at the high school, we start every day at 7:30 with block 1. We do not go to homeroom first. We go straight to block 1. So that helps us also alleviate some of the lateness problem because students don't tend to care if they're late to homeroom as much. But if they're late to block 1, they're missing some actual class time when they come into the building. So we start at 7:30. We have 85-minute courses, 85-minute blocks. So 7:30 to 8:55, we have block 1. After that, we go to homeroom at 9 o'clock. We have a 16-minute homeroom daily. And then from there, block 2. Lunch comes either before block 3, so 10:51 to 11:21, or after block 3, 12:21 to 12:51. So you'll see those lunches come in there. So then block 3 would happen either after your lunch or before your lunch, and then block 4 at the end of the day from 12:56 to 2:22. And then 2:30, we have our after-school activities, athletics, and anything else the student work. A lot of our students have jobs, so they go to jobs after that as well.
Thank you. And the 9th and the 10th grade eat together. We have 2 mirror image cafeterias. 11th and 12th grade eat together. 9th and 10th eat together. So it's a nice little ease in the high school where you're eating with students who are similar in age to you. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about activities, then we're going to talk about sports. We have plenty of clubs. We have competitive clubs, but we also have clubs that are for fun. It's a great way to meet people, great way to learn life skills, and great way to see what you're passionate about. So, we have Frisbee, we have the play, we have all types of service clubs. We have the Young Democrats, we have the Future Republicans, a little of everything. And then every year, the students start clubs. They come to us with maybe something that's current. So we started a World Affairs Club a couple years ago. So there's always some type of club that they can get involved with or start. And our main goals for the clubs are, to be involved, to do some type of community service, and then to, meet others that they might not always meet during the day. And then we have honor society too. So it's important that you know that right at the beginning of freshman year to if your goal is to get in honor societies, that obviously you do well in class, you do the best you can in class. You also want to do some type of community service. Some of our clubs have that inherent community service, and then other things you might do outside at a local church or community center or something like that. So when you apply to these clubs, when you're sophomores, juniors, and seniors, you have to show good grades, good leadership, and good service too. So if you're getting community service hours in outside of school, that's always important for some of these honor societies. All right, athletics. Miss Robson's going to talk a little bit about athletics again. She's our athletic director and assistant principal.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's always exciting to have the opportunity to share all the things that we have to offer here at Haverford High School. I'll just dive right in because I know you're here for a while tonight. So we're part of the Central Athletic League here at Haverford. We have over 55 teams, which is really exciting. A lot of opportunities for our athletes. I think it's important to note that in those 55 teams, we have a variety of levels. So we have freshman teams, JVB teams, JV teams, and varsity teams. So a lot of opportunities for the 9th graders transitioning up to the high school. Great opportunity for a positive transition. and for the kids to get engaged in the school culture from the start. We have highly qualified coaches who are awesome here at the high school. Recently, we've had 9 Central League championships. Our our fall sports seasons for this upcoming year will start on August 9th if your child plays football. If your child plays a different fall sport, they will start on August 16th. So if you play a fall sport, you have a summer commitment to make sure that you're at practices, games, and competitions. Our winter start date will be November 19th next year. If you are a winter athlete, you have the winter holiday break. You have that same big commitment there. And then spring sports are March 7th. So big commitment. We have to make sure that you have that high level of commitment to participate. Recent highlights for some of our teams: girls field hockey were district qualifiers, golf district qualifier, and top 15 finisher in the state. Our football team has been recently District 1 semifinalist, number 9th in Southeastern Pennsylvania region. Boys soccer was district playoff team. Boys and girls cross country, Delco champs recently, number 2 in Central League. We have one of the largest teams in the Central League. So if you're not sure what sport you would like to try, cross country is an awesome, safe landing zone to get to dip your feet in some high school athletics. We have Best Buddies program, the unified bocce, unified track, and tennis clinics. Our cheerleading squad is 2-time state champs. Our boys basketball Central League champs, and we fully anticipate boys and girls basketball qualifying for districts here. Just for fall and winter alone this school year, we've had close to 800 participants in our programs. We have a lot of kids that play at the next level. This is one of the coolest things, getting to watch our kids transition from middle school to the high school athletic competition fields, and then that bridge to the collegiate experience. Our high quality programs offer a great stepping stone to the collegiate universe. Here we have grad assistant Tom Liebig, who played basketball at Villanova, and now he's a graduate assistant coach, which is really cool. University of Maryland, our gentleman on the far right there, he plays football at University of Maryland. His brother is a Haverford grad too, and he's playing football there. I'm going to highlight some on the next slide here. Let's see, on the bottom left-hand side, we have Trey Blair. He plays football at Temple. On the top, you're going to recognize this name. This is top left. This is Tess Haran, and she played field hockey at Drexel. Our guy in the top center, he is a Harvard student who is a swimmer there. Below him with the medal, this is really neat. He's a swimmer at Penn State, but that's not the super cool part. He's part of the Ireland national swimming team. So that's also really cool. And then one more here in the middle right-hand side, we have Carly Gannon, who plays field hockey at Penn State. So as you can see, just a lot of athletes who go on to really high levels of competition. And then this last couple weeks, we had our signing for our current class of 2021. These are the kids who have committed so far this year. We will still have a lot more kids commit for college next year. But we have kids playing Division I, Division II, Division III. We have a golfer going to UNC, field hockey player going to University of Louisville, who is one of the top ranked schools for field hockey in the country. So our kids go on and play and are successful at the next level from here at Haverford High School. So we look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.
Thanks, Ms. Robson. Yeah, so we really try to push the freshmen. We'll have a sign up at the end of the year where we have them fill out a Google form to get the coaches their information so they can get in contact with them, because most coaches will be doing something in the summer, COVID permitting, some type of workout, whether it be at the high school or in a league or something like that. And then the activities start right about mid-September. We get the year started, and then the activities start, and they come in a hurry. The play has auditions in October. So we hit the ground running pretty hard in September. So we send a weekly email with a lot of information in it. Our website has a lot of information in it. And then the kids, the technology, and why I talk to you about technology. Obviously, everyone knows about technology now in the COVID world. But we use their Gmail a lot here. So they have a Google Mail, and the teachers will email them. They will email their teachers. They'll converse with us. They send me emails and ask me questions about different things. So we really want to build their the way they communicate through technology appropriately to adults, because they're going to have to do that, after high school, whether it be a job or college or whatever. So we have all kinds of tech, depending how techy you are. We have coding, we have drones. They shot off a rocket last year. They shot off a rocket. It blew 100 yards and it broke a car's windshield. So we're not afraid to take risks at the high school. We don't want that happening again. But our science teachers, our math teachers, our technology teachers do a great job with keeping us current, and not just a fad, but keeping us current so the students can apply these technical skills again to whatever they do. And I don't want this talk to come off as heavy, but we do need to prepare them. So in the COVID world, we've been fortunate because they're going to come up from the middle school already knowing all these applications that 4 years ago we were just teaching them, but now they're going to come up here already knowing all these applications. We're one-to-one school. Every student gets a Chromebook. We do a lot on Canvas and Google Drive, but not everything's on Canvas and Google Drive, but it is a tool that we use, and it's a tool that's applicable in everything they do. And again, they use their Gmail. We have a great librarian and a great librarian assistant who teaches them how to do research, how to research properly in good, researchable websites to help them write scholarly papers and do their research for their projects. So the librarian goes into all the English classes freshman year and works on them, and the teachers are trained on how to look up. So just below is our library website. We have ebooks, audio books. We're getting more and more, but we do believe in the written word, and we do believe in that you should have a book in your hand. So we're not doing away with all books, but we also have different types of books depending on what kind of learner you are. And then just to show you some of the things we do, because this is always a question, believe it or not, how do you prepare the kids for college? So we do a lot of different activities over the years, and freshman year we do a little bit, but our job is to get them acclimated to high school. It's not to hit them over the head with a hammer about college or whatever, but we do put a little bit of pressure on them to get good grades, because it does carry with them, and their transcript starts freshman year. So there is a little bit of pressure in high school. We try to balance it. We try to push them, but we try never to push them over the edge. Okay. So that's always our mantra here. So you can see some of the activities we do. We do a college application pizza party. We do junior year, we go on a college road trip. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it this year. We have a college fair here every year. This year it's going to be virtual. We have presenters come in from different colleges. We've built a lot of partnerships in the Havertown area. People continuously email and call us looking for students to work at their businesses and restaurants and all, because they know Haverford High students are great, responsible people who do very well when they work. And then we look for students. Some students blossom when they're in a job. So we really push the students to be involved. And then we'll do parent college prep presentations. Usually back to school night, we do something. We have a transition coordinator. And then we offer the SATs and the PSATs and every other year, the ACTs during the school day. So that might be different for parents that you're not used to. We're still offering them on Saturdays, but we offer them during the school day too. And we offer the SAT in the summer. And then here's just a taste. We have a board in our guidance office some of the different colleges that they go to and all the different places they apply. So you see we're heavier in the Northeastern United States, but we have students go to Canada for college, Ireland for college. They go all over and they travel. And then we have a good majority that go to local, traditionally local colleges and do very well. So it's great just to kind of see the different places they go. And then here's all the places they apply in Pennsylvania. And usually we have 1 or 2 students go to each one of these schools in Pennsylvania. So, again, heavy, not too far from us, but usually they go away and they live there. And then some students live at home for a couple years. Some students go to Delaware County, save a little bit of money. Delaware County is a great option. All of their courses now transfer to Westchester. They have courses that transfer to Delaware, Drexel, all different colleges throughout Pennsylvania. So it's a great economic way to get some credits out of the way, even no matter where you're going to school. There's just some of the symbols. And again, I mentioned before, but Williamson, we have 3 or 4 kids there. They go to college for free. They learn a trade. They're very successful. They get out and they get working right away. Then other things I think you should know about before your student comes here. We're putting on a new wing out back, 15 classroom wing. It's going to be primarily science classrooms. So we're going to have state-of-the-art science classrooms. And we're redoing our science classrooms indoors also. So they're going to be very fortunate that they have new science classes for 4 years. Also, next summer, not this summer, next summer, we're adding a new fitness center, choral and band room, orchestra room. We're redoing the backstage. So the whole wing down where you might have come for, for your dances or your dance recitals or your talent shows over the years, it's getting a little bit of a facelift. We're expanding out into the back parking lot. So it's going to be very exciting for your students as they move through the high school. And then important dates to remember, then I'm going to take some questions. We have about 10 minutes, and then we believe at 7:30 there's going to be an announcement about tomorrow. So we don't want you to miss that. In March, we're going to be down at the middle school. We're going to be doing Q&A Zoom sessions for parents and students at nighttime of the week of March the 15th. So we'll send them out to you. We'll record them too. The counselors do a great job they're making videos now that you're going to be able to watch at home. We added that this year to help with your frequently asked questions. We don't want you getting overwhelmed with scheduling. If you have questions, call us, come meet with us, come Zoom with us, or do an old-fashioned phone call with us, and we'll help walk you through it. And then you can change your schedule pretty much all the way through the summer. We just don't like you changing your schedule your first day when you find out you're not in English class with your best friend. Okay? You will make friends here, and you'll be able to eat lunch with your best friend, and you'll be able to see your best friend after school and on the weekends all the time, hopefully once COVID goes away. And then we'll have visitations in the summer, depending on our construction. So we have to work around that when that'll be. And then your schedules come out in mid-August. And then after you get your schedules, we have a couple days where you can walk around the building and see your classes. If you're going to be away or on extended vacation, we'll set up a time where you can come in and see the classes. And then we'll have some type of Zoom night before school starts. School's not starting till September the 9th next year. It's pretty late, which is after Labor Day. So we have plenty of time to get the students acclimated to high school. Sorry, I'm going the wrong way. So I just want to, again, thank you for putting in the time tonight. I want to thank the assistants for giving you some information. Hopefully we didn't overwhelm you. We have a time for a few questions, Ms. Edmonston. Do you have general questions?
Well, so I think we need to clarify a little bit too, the fact that it's not each quarter that they're getting new classes, it's semester based. There was some confusion about that.
Yes. Again, in March, we'll go over all the schedules, but each semester, so you have math for what's a half a year for 84 minutes. So you have it every single day for 84 minutes. So when you do the time, it comes out to a full year of math. And the students do very well. We get into every college around. There's always concern. What if my student doesn't have math every single semester? Will he regress? And that's not the case. So but we will have little classes like gym and things like that that change each quarter. But most of the classes do not change.
And then just to clarify too, if you're coming from a private school or out of district, we will work with you to get your
Yeah.
schedule. Mr.
Absolutely.
Bonavoni and I will work with you to get your schedule fixed.
Mhm.
And
So
we'll do a private school night, a
Yeah,
Zoom
we've
night.
done a couple nights in the past where we have
Yeah.
private schools and non-middle school kids.
And again, the only class that closes is cooking. So this isn't college where if you don't sign up for a certain class, you can't get in it. So that's not the way it works. However, we want to balance our classes. So we like to get our numbers before the summer so we can spend the summer balancing our classes and making sure they're as small as possible. So that's why we need the numbers and we need you to register. So for the private school students, we do before the school year ends, we'll do a session. And then for anybody who registers in the summer, we do another session during the summer.
And people are raising their hand in the chat. I think you're better off chatting the questions out too. Some people were just raising hands. We can't get to them this way.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
if you have a question, you may be better off typing it in the chat where the people are doing the question and answer too.
And then email us, call us. Tomorrow's looking like a virtual day. But email us anytime, any questions, anything you need clarification on. We meet with 8th grade parents all the time. That's our job. That's just so just reach out to us. I would say do not reach out to the middle school. Middle school are super nice people and they'll do whatever they can for you, but they don't know the answers to what, we do at the high school. They have a very good idea, but the ins and outs and the just each student's unique. So reach out to us if you have any questions at all. Anything else, Missy? We have time for one more.
There was a question about our visitations depending on COVID situation.
Well, it looks like we'll be all right to do visitations in the summer. Obviously you're gonna have to wear masks probably. We might have to stagger the times. We used to just open it up to anybody and you could come in, but now we might have to say from 1 to 2 this group and from 2 to 4 that group. If you play sports in the summer, the nice thing about sports is the older players usually take you around and show you the school. So there's different opportunities for different people, but we're definitely going to we do stuff in August. So you can see your classes, see where you're going, that type of thing. It's a good question. Anything else from the panel?
Wait, I got one more.
Okay.
And somebody just wanted to know, yes, we follow the same schedule as the middle school. We're hybrid. They're in twice a week. It's the same thing.
Yeah, right now we're following what they're doing. Right now we're 7:30 to 12, and then from 12:30 to 2 o'clock we have office hours. We encourage students to go to office hours. So we're 84-minute blocks right now in COVID. We're 65 minutes. We have less passing time. It seems to be working very well. The first semester was over. We had the teachers got to everything they wanted to get through. Now the teachers did a phenomenal job of making sure we got to everything. And they were sprinting and the kids were sprinting a little bit too, that we were going a little bit faster. We really like the opportunity to get to know the kids a little bit better. So with COVID, we didn't have a lot of time for the fluff of high school, but the fluff of high school is important and it really builds your skills. But we got to everything we wanted to get to remarkably. We didn't think we'd be at this point, but we're very happy with where we are right now. We've had more college applications and acceptances this year than in any other year. So it's been, all of our data continues to point to things are going very well. And we talk to Mr. Haran almost daily about not only the 8th grade, but about 6 through 12 in our planning.
Mr. Donahue, one last question. There's been a couple of questions about honors and AP classes. How do the students get into those classes? So,
Yeah, so we do teacher recommendations. So if you're in honors now, you'll probably be in honors next year. If you don't want to be in honors, you let us know. Okay, and we'll talk about that. And if you want to be in honors and you're not in honors, reach out to us too, and we'll talk about that, because we want you to be successful. So some classes you can make that move and be successful. Other classes, we don't want to put you in a math class that's calculus your freshman year and you're not successful. So that would be reach out to us if you want to move up a level. We're always happy when a student wants to move up a level. And the greatest thing for us is when a student comes down sophomore or junior year and says, I want to try an AP class. I want to move up to an honors class. And we're always willing to have that conversation and that conversation with parents, and then reach out to the teacher and say, Jimmy's starting an honors class. It's the first time he's ever been in it. Just keep an eye on him. All right. So if you have any questions, we're going to stop now. I just want to be mindful of time. I really appreciate, first of all, our panel coming on, and then everyone coming on tonight. Feel free to reach out to us at any time. Our email is on 24 hours, 7 days a week. We'll get back to you as quick as we can, and we'll try to get to all your questions. And then we look forward to seeing you in March at our scheduling Zoom sessions. So thanks again. And then just be by your phone and expect a call in about a minute. Take care and have a good day.